This video is sponsored by Squarespace.
Hello and welcome to a random cottage in Fort Erie. Fun fact, if you watch Handmaid's Tale, where they filmed New Bethlehem, like those really cookie cutter looking houses, is right over there and I can see it from where we're staying, and I didn't know that till we got here, and I'm obsessed with Handmaid's Tale, and that's pretty cool. So, why am I at a very random cottage? It's my best friend's birthday, and so I came back to Ontario to spend a couple days at a cottage with her, so we're here. I didn't want to let you guys miss having a Squarespace video this month, and here's what it's based around. It is informative, okay? These are some good tips. I get paid for these tips. People will pay me for these tips in my mentorship course called Passion to Profit that is currently running and then will open up again in the fall if you want to join the wait list. The link to that will be in the description box below. Let me just get comfy here for a sec. Passion to Profit is a 3-month program where I assess you and where you're at in your business, and I tell you how to make progress, how to get more clients, how to see growth, how to improve your website. I give you social media strategy. I give you a concrete strategy on essentially what to do next, because so many people come to me and they're like, look, I've been trying things and I don't know how to get from this income amount to this next level where I want to be, or I don't know how to get my first client. I want to quit my job. I want to make this my full-time thing. I don't know what to do. A lot of the advice ends up being similar, not entirely the same, which is why I develop a custom action plan for each person in the program. That is what I've been working on for the last 2 weeks, because they take a lot of time because I have to evaluate everyone's portfolio and website and what have you. And that's how I came up with these 3 tips today. So these are the 3 biggest mistakes that if you're watching this and you are a new entrepreneur, you're a photographer or a videographer, and you're wondering what to do next, and you're looking for that advice because you're like, I don't know what to post on social media. I don't know if my portfolio is good enough. I don't know how to find new clients. I don't know what to do. These are the 3 mistakes that you're making. And these are the 3 mistakes you're making in your business that are leading you to where you're at, which is not where you want to be, which are leading you to not being, you get it.
You enjoying this video? Cool. Couple things I'm gonna ask you to do then. 1, maybe subscribe to my channel. 2, listen to me talk about Squarespace for a minute. Thanks. I used Squarespace to make my website. I legitimately did, even before they paid me to do this ad. The template I chose was clean and stylish, and I literally built it myself. I really struggle with design, but Squarespace made it super easy for me to showcase my portfolio beautifully. The platform is super easy for me to customize, update regularly, and I can get analytics about the purchases made on my digital products through my online store. And I run my own business, so I don't have time to learn a whole new platform. All right, so head over to Squarespace for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, you can use this code right here to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thanks, Squarespace. Now back to the video.
The first mistake that I find a lot of you beginner photographer and videographers are making in your business is you wait for the work to come to you rather than actively building a portfolio of work that would be the work that you want. So you're waiting for random jobs to come to you that you may not be super interested in, that you end up building somewhat of a portfolio off of, but it's not the work that you want to be doing. And you're not actively producing the content that you would like to be getting jobs for down the road. And this is what that does. So if you ended up doing, I found this with a couple different people in the program. If you end up shooting a lot of events, you have a huge event portfolio, you don't want to shoot events anymore. You're telling me you want to shoot commercials, or you want to do work for different brands, or you want to eventually work with different hotels and stays and in real estate, and you've done so little work in that category, and you have so little of a portfolio to show because you haven't done much work in that category. But your event portfolio is huge. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. You're allowing your clients and you're allowing the outside world to dictate what kind of work you're gonna get and what you're capable of. Even if you don't get paid for it right now, you need to take the initiative and go, okay, so I want to get work in real estate. I need to reach out to a real estate agent. I need to go to open houses. I need to contact a brokerage. You need to put in the legwork to not even necessarily get paid the first time. Offer your services for free. You have no portfolio right now. Go and shoot things so that you have a robust portfolio of work, a lot of different types of jobs in different styles of lighting for everything from hotels to Airbnbs. And in the program, I will work with some of of my students to try and leverage opportunities even when you are working for free. But if you can't even fathom trying to do some kind of exchange for like an honorarium, which would be like a flat fee of a couple $100 or $100, or like an exchange for a night stay at an Airbnb or something, just say you'll shoot it. Just say you'll shoot the photos. You don't have the work in your portfolio that you want to be getting, even not paid right now. How can you possibly go and pitch yourself to a future client, one of your dream clients, if you don't have the portfolio? You can do that right now. That's some free advice I'm giving you. You're welcome. Moving on to the second tip. The second mistake that I see a lot of you guys making is that you have no social media strategy. And part of the reason you have no social media strategy is because you don't know how to build the strategy in the first place. And I understand that. So I'm gonna give you some high-level tips here so you can start doing something on social media rather than either not having one, which is crazy to me now. You need it. It's free advertising, okay? Two, I've lost my train of thought. This is what happens at almost 7 months pregnant, guys. So either don't have an account altogether, which is crazy to me, or two, you're posting pictures from your phone of like your cat or like your Thanksgiving dinner, or it's a personal account. Okay, so you haven't actually tried anything. We need to actually start telling people what you do. You need to actually start posting some of your work. You need to position your account so you're building an audience that is expecting you to share authority building content. Now, what does that mean? We'll get into the authority stuff and what that content looks like. But first, let's get the quick and easy stuff out of the way. How often should you be posting every week? Minimum 2 to 3 times a week. And that's with a combination of reels and carousels. Does that suck because it's a lot more work? Yeah, I miss the days I could post 3 times a week and post 1 photo. That was doable for me. It's hard. They even found with the algorithm now, if you were posting absolute garbage several times a day, you would still grow on Instagram. It is volume. It is also quality though. If you're doing the 2 to 3 times a week, we expect quality. That's what's actually gonna convert. If you were looking for growth in numbers, you could post whatever you want and just flood the algorithm with volume. Or you're doing this yourself, so I would post quality 2 to 3 times a week. You also need to be posting stories, ideally daily. And what I mean by daily is it stays up for 24 hours. So what I've also noticed is that letting your story feed take a breather for 24 hours after that post expires also helps the performance of the story afterwards. So say you posted on a Monday at 9 a.m., Tuesday 9 a.m. that's gonna expire. Let Tuesday roll out, post again on Wednesday, a new set of stories for people to watch. And that's sharing what's going on in your life. People love to see you. They want to see you talk to the camera, what that looks like. People are happy to see you working at your desk, your morning coffee. It doesn't have to be something big, but it helps remind people that you exist and that you're present. So that's your posting cadence. Now, I'm talking about Instagram right now specifically. I'm not even going to go into YouTube. TikTok, you could repurpose some of this content. We're talking about Instagram. That's like your bread and butter account these days. You need an Instagram account. So what you need to do is make a list of ideas, a big brain dump of different types of carousel and reel content that you can post. And that's the list you're gonna pull from when you're planning your content. Ideally do it a week in advance. If you can sit down once a month and plan it out for the rest of the month, I would do that too, because it gives you a lot of anxiety to have to sit there on the day of and then post it. So plan it out ahead of time and pull from a content idea bank is what I like to call it. Then when you have that entire list of different content ideas, each of those is divided up into a different content pillar, and then each of those is divided up even further into like the type of content that is. Now, I've made a whole Excel sheet that explains this and allows you to categorize it in a way that makes sense. If you would like that, you can't get it on its own. It's available either in the course if you're interested in taking it, or you can buy all of the documents that I offer in the course. It's my production business bundle. That's available on my website. You basically buy a whole package of every document you would possibly need to run your business. So this document is in there. It's a content planner, and it allows you to take all of those ideas, structure them out. But the main thing you want to keep in mind when you're sharing your content on social media as a business owner, as a photographer, videographer, filmmaker, entrepreneur, the point of having the account is to convey authority. You are trying to convince people that you know what you're talking about and you're good at what you do. Sometimes that's as simple as just sharing a final piece of work, but what's going to separate you is for you to talk about the experience events and to share helpful tips. And if you have aspirations to be a content creator, then sharing information about cameras or pieces of gear or certain techniques you use in editing or something about the process in working with you with different clients and how you take care of everything. Those are things that you want to feature in little pieces of content too, because then if someone happens to come across your account, they're like, oh, well, Lizzie seems to really know what she's doing. She talks a lot about this and this. Like, I feel like she's really knowledgeable now. If you don't tell people what you do, if you don't tell people about the experience, if you don't try and communicate your knowledge of what you do and your experience, no one's gonna know. So you need these types of content in order to convey that authority so people trust you before they even get on the phone with you in that discovery call. And if you're wondering what the hell a discovery call is, you gotta take the course, man. You just gotta take the course. Tip number 3 is not telling people what you do. We are at a coffee shop and like maybe you're a barista right now. Maybe you're an accountant right now. I don't know, but someone says, what do you do? And you go, I'm an accountant, but I also, like do this photography thing. What am I gonna think? That you're an accountant. I tell everyone in my program to write down a 3-sentence pitch is what I call it. But really it's, if someone asks, what do you do? You've got a rehearsed, pre-written, maximum 3 sentences where you say what you do, you're confident, you're rehearsed, instead of saying like, well, I shoot photos, but like I do some events and like some weddings here and there, like that kind of thing. Like you get it. No, they don't get it. You want to come in and say, well, I'm an online educator. I teach photo and video tutorials on YouTube, and I actually have my own mentorship course. But by day and by trade, I'm a filmmaker, photographer, and I typically work with tourism boards, and I used to do a lot of music videos and corporate videos. That makes sense. That was pretty easy. Could have been more succinct, but I'm delivering it with confidence. They now have an understanding of what I do. If they want more details, they'll say, oh, like the educating thing, like what exactly are you teaching them? Or like, who are you teaching? Are you going out in the field and teaching them like physically how to take photos? I'm like, what I found is a lot of people online, there's a lot of tutorials on YouTube now on how to take photos and how to edit. So I'm focusing on teaching creatives the business side of things and how to actually start and run their creative businesses. That makes sense. It's easy, it's done. And the thing is, when you're starting out, you want to sound like you're open to new opportunities, so you can work that into the wording as well. You can say, yeah, I focus primarily on engagements, on events, and on corporate video content. I'm still building my portfolio, so I'm a little bit open to anything right now. I just typically shoot those 3 styles of content. Okay, that was easy. It's just when people sound really wishy-washy and you say like, oh, I shoot portraits or I shoot travel photography, people don't know what that is, and like no one's gonna say like, oh, will you come on my family trip and photograph my family trip? That's not a type of content you get paid for. I have a whole different rant about like niche styles, and if you're saying you need to actually grow your business and you want to leave your full-time job and make some money, let's pick some niches that are actually going to make some money first, okay? That's all. If that's your priority, let's do it. But we're not necessarily going to get rich immediately shooting your vacation to Greece. We're not getting rich at all in this niche at all. So that's a different story for a different day though. And I have one more 4th bonus tip for you. This is a quick and easy one. Okay, so most of you watching are solo photographers or videographers. You're working independently. You have probably branded your company under, say I was like LP Films or something involving that it's my company. I would advise you do that, or just have your name rather than some random company name, because as you're building your social media, I want the brand to be obviously you and people know that it's you running it. If you have aspirations to grow a larger media company, then you can pick a larger name. I still don't think the name is really a big deal. Just put it under like your last name Productions. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But if on your website, if it's just you taking the photos and the video right now, which is fine, and you only have plans for it to just be you, that's also fine. Don't write we on your website. Don't write we value our work with you, we here at Peirce Productions. It's just you. I find that so many people think that I need to make my company seem bigger than it is so people think I'm professional. No, we want that one-on-one support. We want tailored support. We want that mom and pop company who actually cares about working with us. Say I. There's nothing wrong with that. It just kind of seems like you're in high school trying to behave like you're something that you're not. Does that make sense? Anywho, thank you for coming to my TED Talk and my little bit of a rant. I hope I gave you guys some insights and some tips on how to take some strides in your current business, whether you're just leaving your full-time job, whether you're trying to build this on the side, whether you have no clue what to do next, and maybe you're considering taking my program and it's just not the right fit right now. You can start with these tips today. If you liked this video, please give it a like down below, subscribe if you're not already, and hit the notification bell to get notified for all future videos. I really appreciate you guys coming back here every week to watch my silly face talk about tips like this. And if there's anything else you'd like to know, specifically business related, let me know in the comments below. I will be there. Bye! I have to jump on a group call now, actually, with the program, so I do have to go.